Hello, everybody. Wow, I'm staring right into the light bulbs. That is definitely not fun. Okay, just waiting to see who shows up. Not yet. Well, somebody's here. Hi. Could be just you and me. Oh, hi. Whoops. There were two, and now there's one. And now there's two. It was a busy day today. It really was. I did manage to go again and do my, all my stuff at the physical therapy office. I really so love my time there. It makes me feel so good. I really see an improvement with that leg, and I'm so grateful for it. It just is wonderful to see it. I'm able to do the full step now, and it just feels terrific. I'm doing 7 minutes on the bicycle and 5 minutes on the hand bike, and I'm going to try to up it a little bit. Hi, Evie. Yeah, how do you like it? It was surprisingly hot today. It actually feels like summer, which is, I guess, interesting since it's summer. I'm also getting bitten a little bit, which I had not been, so that tells me that summer is indeed here. Don't want to complain about it. I've been looking forward to summer for a long time with this past winter. Not that it was a horrible winter, but I didn't have a summer last summer, so I really hope to enjoy this one as much as I can, given the circumstances and the fact that I'm going to have a lot of time being busy getting the house ready to put it on the market and do all the things that I have to do, so I'm working hard. Okay, I'm not going to discuss that. That's a little rude. In any case, I went to Target today. I had to pick up a few things. How is it going? You're talking about what, the house? If you're talking about the house, I'm working hard, but there's a lot of work to be done, and doing it just me, it's a lot of work. What I thought was going to take me a day to get done took me a few days. I know it's really hard, but I need to get it done. So I'm between a rock and a hard place on it. So thank you. Yeah, I need to keep a balance, but I need to keep moving on it because it would be very easy for me to slough off and not get it done. I know, and I don't want that at all, Evie. I desperately don't want that because I'm really, really grateful. I'm more than tired. I think all the emotional drain has made it harder because the emotional part of it is difficult, so it takes its toll. It really takes its toll. I wish there was some magical thing I could do to make it go away without taking drugs to make it go away. So I'm doing the best I can. Psychologically, I'm trying to focus on one task at a time to get it done. Hi, Patty. And yeah, and tonight I took a little bit of time just before I got on. I took a little time off. As I say, I went to Target earlier and picked up some stuff because what happened was they had come from Meals on Wheels today, except they never told me that they were coming today because apparently they're closed on Friday, and that's my normal day. So they showed up and I wasn't here, so they didn't leave the food, which is fine, but it means they're not going to leave any food the rest of this week, which, as I say, I really need to eat some normal food in between. So I decided to go to Target. I haven't been to a supermarket in weeks and weeks. It was kind of fun buying food, believe it or not. It's amazing, the things that are fun when you're not doing them on a regular basis. So then I came home. It's hard to tolerate them, Evie. I had one tonight. It's a chicken fritter. They do chicken fritters a lot, so it's got that breading on. It's a little bit too salty. It came with Brussels sprouts, so that part of it was good. And I try to do the very best I can with it. Some of the meals are more tolerable than others, but it's hard. And eating the same things every single day, they have that kind of commercial taste. It's hard to describe, and it's difficult to do every single day. So it'll be nice to have something a little different. I did pick up the fish yesterday because I get 2 meals out of it, and Jackie is taking me out to lunch tomorrow. So that is that is going to be that's going to be nice for me because hopefully I'll get 2 meals out of that also. So that's good. When I came home, I started working again on the foyer. I'm getting rid of a lot of paperwork, and the paperwork is tedious. And I'm just going through it and through it and through it and doing what I need to do. Taking the bags downstairs, throwing them out, pulling the pails to the curb. It's all normal stuff, but it's harder for me, all of it, because of my legs. So it's putting an extra strain on it. Oh, wow, I didn't see it. So I'm really happy to know that I didn't. In any case, I'm just extremely happy with whatever I can get done. And as I say, I took a little bit of time before I came on, and I was on. What I started to do was I had been looking at different 55 and over communities all over, and sort of focusing a lot on Florida and Arizona. And I suddenly said, it's very nice hearing about the communities and everything, but it's way different than getting to see the places and getting to hear from people who live there. So I decided to do what I do for everything, which is go to YouTube. And I put in 55 and over communities, and a lot of videos came up, and I started watching. And tonight, I saw a community in Kissimmee, Florida, which I guess is right near Orlando. And they have this place called the Four Seasons. What beautiful places they have there. It's K. Hovnanian, and I've seen the Hovnanian houses many times before, and this is a 55 and over community. I just got to see 3 of the different floor plans, the model homes that they were showing, that this agent was showing down there, and it was nice to see. And I haven't really explored it any more than that, but it kind of gives me a little bit of hope. I don't know where I'm going to wind up. I don't know what I'm going to wind up with, but okay. And that's very weird. Okay. I think, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. How did he get back there? Uh-huh. Sort of reminds me of roaches. They keep on coming, don't they? Yes, I think they're out tonight. I don't know why. Is it Wednesday? I don't know. Maybe it's the heat that are bringing them out. I have no idea where they're coming from. In any case, it was just a nice break in the day and kind of getting through that and giving myself. Ugh, ugh. Okay, on that note, son of a gun. Ooh. What a visual. So that is my story for today. And I feel drained because I haven't been feeling that great physically for the past week or two. I've had a lot of stress, undue stress, and it definitely doesn't help with this. I do have a time frame in my mind, but that's why I'm working so hard, because I would like to make it happen by the end of July or beginning of August, if possible. But it's a lot to do in a very short period of time by one disabled person. So it's hard. It's hard to kind of do it. So I'm trying to be just focused and have blinders on. I am hydrating. I am. I don't like water, but I've been drinking water. I've been drinking my flavored water. And today when I was in Target, I bought some Diet Coke. It's funny. They had these mini, like a whole thing of mini cans. So I figured, let me try that. It's only 10 ounces in each one. And I figured that would, kind of satisfy my urge for something other than water. And at the same time, it's not having too much. Hi, Sheila. Nice to see you. So, yeah, so I'm working on it. I still have the 3 bedrooms upstairs to do. One is half done, so I have 2.5. They had a drink by Simply Cute. Oh, that sounds good. That really sounds good. Actually, I had, I think it was last year or the year before. No, it must have been the year before. I was sick last year. I had this listing, and at Target, that they had that drink at Target, Simply Cucumber and Mint. Does it come in a can or a bottle? Oh, good grief. Why? Unhidden? Why? It does sound good. In any case, the woman whose house I had listed, she was a nurse. And she used to take, oh, okay, I'll have to see that next time. She would take a pitcher of water and she would add watermelon and thin sliced cucumber and mint. OMG. I know, but it's the same person that I'm seeing over and over again. Why? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm telling you, it's like roaches. So, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. Or maybe it is somewhere. Oh. Oh, okay. Son of a gun. That's interesting. So, it felt so good. I haven't been to Target since long before I went to the hospital. So it's well over a year. It's a very big store for me. And I walked in there and it felt so good to be able to walk. This stuff that I'm doing at the, whatchamacallit, physical therapy office. Yeah, I love Target too. The stuff that I'm doing there is so helpful. I cannot tell you. I am trying desperately to go there at least 3 times a week. I want to build my stamina. I want to really get going. I'm so excited to be able to do the full step, because when I first started, I told you I just did half a step, so it's 4 inches. And then I did that for weeks, and then I worked my way up to 3/4 of a step, so it was 6 inches. And now I can do the whole step. And I did 30 repetitions of it today. So I think I may try if there's any way that I can get in there tomorrow before Jackie takes me to lunch, because I don't know if they're going to be closed either Friday, or I'm sure they're going to be closed Monday. So I don't want to be missing out on the sessions, because as I say, I leave there feeling so good, just so good. It's the one constant in my life right at the moment that just feels great. Yeah, I know, but I don't, I wasn't aware of it. Somebody had mentioned it, that mine should have it, and I really haven't checked. I guess I could, but I'm still, I mean, I paid $25 for the month here. That's what they charge at my physical therapist's office. I guess maybe I also felt a little bit safe being there, because they all know me, and if God forbid anything happened and I needed help, they're right there and they're professionals and whatever. They do have it. Son of a gun. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. But in the meanwhile, if there's any way that I can do this, I would love to do it at least for a while. I look forward to it. When I get up in the morning and I get all my stuff done in the morning, and then I feel like, wow, I'm going to get ready and I'm going to get out the door and I'm going to get over there. And I do all the exercises that I did before. And then I do the bicycle, the recumbent bicycle. I do the bicycle that you do with your hands. And I do the step, and I do all my exercises on the where you hold on to the bars. And I'm doing better with all of it. And the funny thing is, my brother had told me right as soon as I got home, yeah, I mean, and I fill out a sheet that they made up for me so that I know what I'm doing and how many repetitions I'm doing of everything. So they're keeping track of it. So it's just, I never, if anybody had told me before I got sick that I would rave about going to a gym or doing exercise, I would have said they were out of their minds, because I've never done exercise in my entire life. Aside from walking, I've done a lot of walking, but not as an exercise, just as a function of my life. But this, I leave there no matter how I feel, no matter how tough the day is at the start. Yeah, I know, they would not. So, I mean, it's just, for me right now, it's a gift. It is really a gift, and I'm extremely grateful for it. And I mean, I walk in there, they all say hello to me. One of the girls there said to me today, "Do you need any help with anything?" And I said, "No." I said, "I can manage it on my own." But she did help me with one thing, I forgot what it was. And they're just very nice. Which reminds me, I really have to write a review for them. I had told them that I would do it, and they certainly deserve it. They have been absolutely wonderful, and it's been such a great experience. Hi, Mary. Nice to see you. So I'm grateful for the little things that are working. I'm frustrated by the things that are not working, but I'm trying not to focus on them at all and just taking it a day at a time. I have to tell you, darn it, I don't have my other phone with me. Um, I feel as if I'm getting, you're going to think I'm crazy. I feel as if I'm getting messages that I really need to hear through Poshmark. Every day they have sort of these motivational messages. And today's, I said, oh, wow, that is so incredible. It said something like, don't worry about what could have been, because if it should have been, it would have been. And I said, oh my God, isn't that wonderful? And it's really true. if it should have been, it would have been. So, but every single day there is something that comes across my screen that I go, oh my God, I feel like it's a personal message to me. I really do. It just seems to hit the nail on the head. It just seems to really target what I most need to hear on that particular day, and it's good. So I am really happy about that. So tell me what's happening with all of you. And we still, please, if anybody knows how to do these things, you don't get those? Are you kidding me? You don't? Maybe it is just for me then. Ooh, that is really funny. I get them every single day. And there's a poignant thought every single day that comes through from Poshmark. And I say, oh, wow, thank you. Thank you for the message. I mean, I do what I can. And of course, I have Rita, she is just unbelievable. I mean, she shares my closet all the time. And when I see it, I think, oh my God, she's got a full-time job kind of sharing my closet. And I put all that stuff on the back burner because I'm focusing on the house and the move and all of that and doing everything I can to make it happen faster. I spoke to David yesterday, and I am hoping, I mean, it looks as if they might be coming in the end of July. I'm hoping that they can. I'm hoping that whatever is left to do, that maybe he can help me. I'm going to have to call in somebody who does tag sales. Once I get through the step I'm doing now, that'll be the next step. And then to just get it ready and just, jump in that deep end of the pool. Uh-huh. So, oh, that's a funny thing. I was talking today to the girl in the physical therapy office, and I said something about the way people look at you when you have a disability, especially if they knew you before. And, oh, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that, Patty. Because then why bother doing it? Because then you're selling it for no profit at all, and it makes no sense. So, yeah, no, I don't do it. I do it occasionally. Oh no, my battery's low. I gotta plug it in. I forgot to plug it in. Bear with me. Okay. Totally forgot to plug it in. Okay, better. So, oh, you do? Uh-oh. There's somebody's alarm going off. I hope it's not mine. I hope nobody's taking my car. Son of a gun. Anyway, somebody else liked one of my listings. They keep liking them. Now, if only they would turn that like into a purchase. I was laughing the other day. I said, it's so the way things have been going. Hi, Alita. It's so the way things have been going lately, and it in the end made me laugh. I had a buyer. I put one of the items that Meredith had sent me on Mercari, and within 10 or 20 minutes of my putting it on there, it got a couple of likes, and then I got a message that somebody bought it. And it was like, what? Wow, this is really incredible. So the entire day I was on a high because somebody was buying this little thing. I mean, it's really funny that I can get so excited about something that will generate just a little bit of money, but it still was exciting. But at night, it was hours, and somebody else had been interested in it and wanted to buy not only the bracelet but the matching earrings, but I had to tell her it already sold. And then probably 8 hours later, I get a message from Mercari that the buyer wants to cancel the sale. Well, I'm not used to that because Poshmark doesn't work like that. Once they buy it, they buy it. It's a commitment. Apparently, it's not like that on Mercari. I'm liking Mercari less and less every time I find out one of these new things. So at the end of the day, she didn't buy it, and by then, if it's the same with real estate. If somebody likes a house, you really need to talk to them about it when they like the house, because if you wait, they will talk themselves out of it often. And it's the same thing with this. So I went back to the second person who expressed an interest, but it was too late. So I wound up not selling it twice the same day. So that was interesting. And I'm learning more and more about the process with all of it. And yeah, it's an interesting little thing. It's good if you're looking for play money, but again, there's got to be a better way for making a living, which I'll focus on. But I cannot fragment myself so much that I can't laser focus on what I'm doing, and it's really hard. It's really, really hard. So doing the best I can, and I am happy about that. That's all I can do. As I say, I need to focus on one task at a time. I remember my mother saying that years ago whenever there was a huge project to do, she would say to me, don't look at the whole thing, just look at what you're doing right now. Focus on one area, and that's what I would do. And it really makes it go so much better for me. It definitely is helpful. So I'm happy about that. And once again, if anybody can help me figure out how to get on our group on Facebook, I would love to do that as well, so that we could have some meetings on there for just the group, so we can talk about whatever anybody wants to chat about on there. In addition to this, I think that might be something good. Yes, I'm sure that you have, Patty. I've seen some really nice things on there. If I were in a buying kind of mood, I certainly could see where there are a number of things there that I would have enjoyed buying, but I'm buying nothing. I mean, the only things I've bought are the things that I've bought to sell, and some of that turned out to be a mistake, but it's a learning process because I've never done it, and maybe it's not a mistake in the end. I happen to get in at the slowest time of year. That's sort of the way my timing's going this year. Everything is off with my timing, maybe for a good reason. Oh, well, that beautiful thing that was put on, was that on the Facebook group? Beautiful. And I said, yeah, that really was meant for me. So it was wonderful to see. And yes, there is definitely a reason for every single thing. It's slow. It's really, really slow for me. I mean, there are some people who are doing business. I think Lauren had said that she was doing pretty well. But for me, it's been, I mean, it's slowed to a total stop. But they say then it starts to pick up. Once again, I cannot let myself get upset about it. I cannot be, focused on that to the detriment of everything else that I'm trying to do that's going to lead to my greater good. So, one step at a time. That's all I can do, is take one step at a time and pray that I don't fall or falter. I have to tell you, when I went into Target today, and I did a video while I was in Target, so I'm going to add a little bit to it, and I'll put that out as part of my regular video. I also had done some grooming on the dog, but it's not something I was able to do in one session. It's going to take several sessions because I had not been able to do it for so long. and I don't want to hurt any of them, so it's slow. And again, I mean, I'm working myself into a frenzy, and I don't want to overdo it, so I set myself back. That's the last thing I want. Hi, Lauren. Really? Yeah, that's a long time. I figure with a number of my things, maybe they'll do better in the fall. Certainly some things might be good for gift items if people want to start to do that. I didn't have a sale. I had no sale. I had a sale that then was a non-sale. So unless I had a sale in the last 10 minutes that I'm not aware of, no, I don't believe so. So, I mean, it would be nice. It really would be nice, but it is what it is. And I laugh now because, as you had told me to do, Lauren, I went and got all those boxes from the post office that I ordered, all those boxes that they send you for the different size things. So now, in addition to all the stuff, I've got all the boxes and the bags, all that stuff. I need extra garbage in my house like I need a third thumb. I just want it all to go bye-bye. I really do. I want it all to get sold, but obviously, if you're in this kind of a business, you're never going to be free of all the stuff because you have to have the stuff to sell the stuff. I really want to focus more on my design stuff. You've got to mark stuff way down. Yeah, I'm not prepared to do that yet. I did consider having a short-term sale possibly. I'm considering it. I'm not sure. I'll make up my mind about what to do about that. But as I say, I'm really focused on the other stuff at this moment in time. Anything new I find in my house that's laying around that's from some other time, I'm going to add, and I will just put them on the sites as well. I wish I had the mannequin to put the clothes on because they definitely look better. There's no question about it. But it is what it is. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's really hard. You have to put it somewhere. You really have to put it somewhere. So I have all of that stuff and the bags of clothing, which I pray that if somebody buys something, I can actually find it. Because I'm trying not to let it become a mountain in my house. I really am trying not to do that. So this is so embarrassing. I have spent the past week, Lauren, searching for the receipt. I don't know where the hell I put the receipt. And it's making me so crazy and so stressed. I cannot begin to tell you. And I said, that is the last time I will ever do anything like that. And, I thought it was so easy. And I'm sure I put it somewhere where at the time I said to myself, this is a great place, but I don't know where it is. I have one more place to look. I'm going to look at that tomorrow. Yeah, right. I know. And if you can, what? No, it's not in my purse. I looked in my purse several times. It's not in there. I have to take a look. There's only one place left I can think of, and that is in the bedroom downstairs. I've got a lot of clothes piled up on the chair that I need to fold and put. Now that would have been smart, but no, that would have been very smart, duh, to use a whatchamacallit. But now I got one of those see-through envelopes with with the closure like they have on those freezer bags, the zip closure. And from now on, any receipt I have from anything related to this stuff is going to go right into that bag the minute I come in the house because I've got it. I have a piece of furniture in the foyer and I put it in that piece, not in the piece of furniture, but I have like a mail station on top of it and I put it in there so anything will go in there. But I've just been way too stressed with too many things. So it's made me just not focused in the right way. So it's it's taught me lessons, and I'll do it better, but I can't get myself crazy about every little thing because there are too many things. So it is what it is. I'm not going to focus on it. I'm going to focus on the future. And by the way, if anybody gets a chance, take a look at the Four Seasons in Kissimmee, Florida. It's the Hovnanian site. It's a 55 and over community. What pretty floor plans they had. Yeah, they probably did put the receipt in the shopping bag, but I don't know if I took it out. I can't even find the shopping bag. That's the problem. I took the stuff out of it. It's got to be, it's the only place left, and I'm going to do that tomorrow. I can't do more than I can do under the pile. That's what I'm thinking. It's got to be under the pile. I thought it was in the foyer, so I was working on the foyer intensively to get rid of every piece of paper from everything that came in, from all the folders, from everything, and I'm almost totally done with that, but it's not there. So I really need at this point to go through that one other thing, and I'm praying that I find it. Did you, how is Kissimmee, Marla? I'm sure I kept the bag. The question is, where is it? Yeah. Um, Marla, where were you living in Florida? I don't remember. I know you hated the humidity. I know it drove you crazy, and it made you feel so much worse. Oh, Sarasota. So you were on the other coast. Yeah. Um, yeah. I just looked at that Four Seasons today, just to kind of focus on inland is very hot and humid. It's beautiful there. I mean, the community looks beautiful. It's beautiful where? In Sarasota? I think there are a lot of really nice places in Florida. When I was looking at the places in Arizona, you like Sarasota and Venice? I had been in Clearwater and Sand Key, Clearwater Beach and Sand Key, but I never went to Sarasota. And I went a little, what is it, Port St. Richie, that area along there, and then on the East Coast. When I was looking at the 55 and over communities in Arizona, they had some nice looking communities, but when you got outside the community, it looked like miles of desert. Anywhere is hot and humid in Florida, I would guess that it is. Yeah. So I have no clue whatsoever. I'm just doing my in, investigatory. I can't even speak. I'm at that stage. I know Arizona's in the desert. It is the desert. But when you look at the communities, I looked at a couple of the. Um, somebody had told me to look at what's his name, Del Webb. Del Webb. Yeah, yeah. 95 and that kind of humidity is not. And David keeps telling me, David still tells me, he told me yesterday, he said he hates LA. And I said, oh, wow. He would love to move back to Arizona. He loves Arizona. And he said, it's hot, but it's dry. He said, it's not the same thing. He said, it is hot on your skin, but it doesn't soak you. The HOA fee, I don't know what I can afford yet. I have no idea. I'm not up to that yet. Um, I can only guess, but I need to talk to um, a financial planner. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Arizona places, they looked nice. The prices were a little bit lower at in Kissimmee. They were they had some lower prices on the units than they had, a little bit lower, not much, than the ones in Arizona. But when I looked at the ones in Arizona, and I said, wow, you're great when you're in that community, but the minute you leave, it's like just open desert. I guess it's just very different than anything I've ever experienced in my life. It would be safer weather-wise. Yeah, except what do they call those in the when they have that month of the torrential rains? Arizona doesn't require, oh, hurricane insurance. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I just Fort Myers. My brother loves Fort Myers. He really does. Yes, and Sanibel. Absolutely. I know. Yeah, my brother used to go down to Sanibel Island. Do you? Yeah. I just, I don't know. Again, at this point, I'm just going online and looking at different things and just seeing what some possible options are. Right. Yeah, it's true. There is something everywhere. And again, it's just a question of is it the devil you know versus the devil you don't know, or what the story is. But it's true. There's something everywhere. It's just getting used to something new. I am a creature of habit. I am. I've always said I grow where you plant me. And clearly, I don't move around a lot. I've been in this house for 33 years. So any move is going to be a major thing for me. And it could be a very positive thing. It could be something, you know, if I were really in robust health, part of me could really look forward to it, something new. And if I were in a community where I could meet people, I think that that would be a helpful thing. And especially if it was the kind of thing where everybody wanted to do that. And of course, I'd like to be in a community. The sanctuary, what is the sanctuary? Um, I would like to be in a community where it's not only couples, where there are also some single people, because that would be nice. Yes, exactly. It would make such a difference, Marla. It really would. It's just, oh my God. There would be so much to do, but I feel very much at the mercy of, yeah, it's, the stress is the worst part of the whole thing because stress will kill you. It really will. And it's just getting past all of this day by day. And it's very easy for people who have not experienced it. It's an exclusive country club. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I actually had looked at one point in Naples. They had a new community in Naples. GL Builders is a nice builder of homes down in Florida. And they had a community there that was brand new at the time. And at the time, I could have afforded it. And they had a really nice small unit. It was not 55 and over, it was all ages, but it was a big community. And they had an area of the smaller homes. So I figured that would probably be like that. It is. Stress is the worst. It really is the worst. So I'm trying desperately to keep my stress level down. Easier said than done. Shake up. Oh, does she live in Naples? I didn't know that. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I wish I could remember the name of that place, but I can't. But they had beautiful homes. They really did. And Naples, I know, has a lot. also that's very nice, and it's dog friendly from what I'm told. As a matter of fact, the breeder of my dogs had lived in Naples for a while. She has since moved to the West Coast. Yeah, several of them live in Naples. Oh, that's interesting. That really is. Son of a gun. Yeah, I think, once again, for me, having good medical care not too far away. Nicole. Exactly. Yeah. Did she live out west, though, or did she live in the Midwest somewhere, Nicole? Or was it Colorado, maybe? I forgot. Yes. I mean, I think ultimately it's going to be, well, you're right, because I don't know at this point. Florida's a definite consideration. Arizona's a definite consideration. California, I would love to be a consideration only because of David. Take care. Um, and but I think probably Florida and Arizona are two realistic options. And again, I think for the medical care, it's there. Certainly, Arizona has whatchamacallit. Uh, I'm going blank on the name of it. Begins with an M. Losing my mind. And thank you, Mayo Clinic. And Florida is supposed to have good care now for cancer in case, I would pray that it won't come back, but this is a crazy disease and we never know. And it's a real possibility. So I need to be in a place where I know I could get good care. So that is a consideration. And we'll see how it plays out. It's just a question of time and function of getting everything done here that has to get done to get me to the next step. The Mayo Clinic is in Jacksonville. I went food shopping, yes. I did because they came from Meals on Wheels today instead of coming Friday, but I didn't know they were coming today, so they didn't leave the food. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have wanted them to leave it because it would have defrosted and it would have been no good. So I had to fill in with some stuff, and I was happy to go and I was happy to look at actual food. Today I got strawberries and I got bananas and I got some Campari tomatoes and cheese and some other things like that. I got cereal and all kinds of stuff that I could kind of make something quick for myself. I did not buy any meat because I will have whatever's left over from tomorrow's lunch. So I'll have that for tomorrow and the next day. And then I want to go to Trader Joe's and I want to get those chicken strips that they have, the grilled chicken. I really like it. I can have it with rice. I can have it as a chicken Caesar salad. I can make it with whatchamacallit, a yam, a sweet potato, and I can make it with regular potato and vegetables. So I can do things like that. So I didn't really need meat this time. I think maybe next time I'll get turkey turkey chopped meat because I like to make a meatloaf that's a turkey meatloaf that's very tasty, and I haven't had it in a long time. So I think maybe I'll do that. I want to make a big pot of rice and just have some real food because all this other stuff just doesn't feel like real food, especially over time if you're eating it all the time. So it is what it is. And I think no matter what they say, and they say there's low sodium in it, some of it, but I think it's a little bit too high anyway. My next doctor's appointment is in September. My next checkup is in September. I've got September and I've got December already scheduled with my plastic surgeon and with my surgical oncologist. And I just, with that lady, what lady? So I'm praying that I get good reports each time. My lady doctor, she's wonderful. She really is wonderful. She's knows her business. I am so grateful that I was led to her because I was on such a wrong road with that. And I just, I wound up in the path of two very, very fine physicians. And the radiation oncologist that I wound up with was excellent. The bad blood taker, right? But not that lady doctor. No, I'm not going to her. My plastic surgeon was wonderful. He really was wonderful. He didn't make me look too terribly pretty down there, but I, I said to him when I first went, because my way of dealing with things often is with humor. So when I first was dealing with all of this and the knowledge of it and the terror associated with the whole thing, and she told me that she really wanted to have him in the OR with her. She had said to me originally, just in case, but it really was never just in case. Because when I had the radiation therapy, apparently after you have radiation, the skin doesn't heal properly. So he said he really needed to create a flap with my good skin so that he could close it up so that it would not open and create problems with infections and everything. So it could have been a whole lot worse than the one infection that I got. So I'm grateful for everything. And I said to him at the time, his name is Dr. Matros. Yes, I hope they can. I really hope they can. So I said to him, he's a plastic surgeon. I said, while you're doing it, I said, can you make me look a little better, And he looked at me and he said, no. The one complaint I have about the doctors is they have no sense of humor, most of them. They really don't. And, it was just like deadly serious. And here I was trying to inject a little levity into the conversation, so it didn't work. But I'm grateful for all of it. I do, apparently, because they took some of the muscle, the psoas muscle, which is the covering down the right lower quadrant. I had an issue. My bladder is in the wrong place. I know, God bless them. They really don't. But as long as they know what they're doing and they really care, and I believe that they do, then that's a wonderful thing. I mean, at one point recently, my surgical oncologist, they do, but then again, I'm glad they do. My surgical oncologist had said that um, oh, something came through from Gretchen Rossi, so I follow her, I guess, on Twitter or something. Um, what was I saying now? I lost it. Anyway, let me go back to the flap. So because of that, my bladder was kind of the muscle doesn't hold it in to where it's supposed to be, so it kind of sticks out a little. Well, it doesn't stick out, but that whole area of my body sticks out a little bit. Like when I was on the table doing those exercises and I looked a little bit like Humpty Dumpty. But if that is the worst thing that I have to suffer, isn't that a gift? So I'm not complaining about it at all. And I do pray that when I get there, and I know, I know. And it's interesting because my plastic surgeon was telling me the last time I was there that his wife, because we were talking about having had cancer and what it does to your life and work and being able to function on that level and being able to be productive and make a living and all of that. And he was telling me that his wife had cancer and that she was a very, very well paid, I think she was a producer actually. Oh, really? Really? Wow. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's awful. I like at least when they look at you and they make you feel as if, oh, wow, that's not good. Um, so he said that after she had her cancer, she wound up months later losing her job. And he said well, clearly she's okay because he's in great shape, so she doesn't have to worry. But he said she's working and she's doing okay, but nothing compared to what it was. So it's just one of those things that is an extra issue that you have to deal with in addition to dealing with trying to get past this awful disease and trying to heal and trying to resume having a life. But trying to then fund that life is can be tricky. So it's a hard and it's an ongoing process, and a lot of people have to deal with it, and it's really tough. You know, it's interesting. I did a video, and I've said this before, I did a video a long time ago, actually about a year and a half, almost a year and a half ago, when I had my MRI and I was so frightened to have it, and I finally got through it. And I get a lot of people contacting me because obviously when they go through it, if they have a problem with it themselves, they look on YouTube and they've come across my video. And somebody got in touch with me the other day and told me how upset she was and going through the whole process. And it's the kind of thing where I think, someday there will be somebody who views any of this stuff, talking about any of these difficulties, who is going through his or her own difficulties, and to know that they're not alone. The worst part of a lot of this is feeling so alone. It's as if you become separated from the world. It's as if there's a line of distinction between you and the rest of the world. You can see the rest of the world. They can see you. They perceive you differently, but they can see you. You can see them, but you can't quite touch. There is that separation. So I'm hoping that down the road it helps somebody else who's going through it and feeling isolated or feeling as if they just can't tolerate one more day. When I went to get my fish yesterday, I had run into a couple that I had sold their house many years ago and sold them the house they're living in. And I try to help out. Their son had opened a business a couple of years ago, and I tried to help by talking about it and doing a YouTube video showing the business and, whatever. So I ran into them and they were eating in the place. I just got my stuff and I was taking it out. I was going to the office. So I just missed them, but he saw me as I walked out of the place. They were sitting at a table by the window. So he waved to me and he started talking to me through the window. I didn't realize he was with his wife at first because she's got an extremely short haircut. She's always had extremely short. And I didn't know at first whether he was with a guy or a gal because she had her head down and I just saw the short hair. And then when I saw that it was her, I waved and I was, kind of like, how are you kind of thing. But I didn't have the cane, and I've been walking a little bit without the cane lately. If I don't have too far to walk and I feel secure enough in the moment to do it. So I've done that, and I feel good when I'm able to do it. So, but I still don't have a normal gait. And the more I try to have a normal gait, the more abnormal the gait is because I'm still favoring the thing because I don't want to fall. So I'm being super careful. And if I've been standing in one place for a while, or if I've been sitting for a while, my gait is really a little off. So I could see, he didn't notice it. She did. And I could see her pointing it out to him. And I remember thinking, wow, so here I become a different person in her eyes because I am now in this place of disability. So it was interesting. And I had mentioned that to the girl at the physical therapy office today. And I said, so now all of a sudden I wondered if she was seeing me as this old, disabled woman. And the girl at therapy said to me, you certainly don't look old. So that made me feel a little bit better in the framework of the whole thing that was going on. So it is what it is. I have been talking my head off. So tell me, what is new with everybody here? What's happening? Anything new that you want to share? We've been missing, it is sad, but it's a truth. It really is, unfortunately, a truth. Perception is people's reality. Yeah, it's just, once again, if one tries to compete in a very competitive business and you try to compete and you're kind of not in the same league at the moment. Yeah, I know. It's funny. It depends upon the day, Patty. There are days I feel that I do, and there are days that I feel that I don't so much. It was really funny at one point. I don't know how it came up in the conversation. I don't remember, but I was with Linda, and we were talking about age and looking your age or not looking your age. And she said to me, you don't look old at all in photographs. So I wonder if that meant I only looked old in person. But yeah, I think in photographs, most of the time, I don't look that old or as old. So that part of it is good because I think, once again, people's perception is reality. It's as simple as that. And it's true with everything. It really is true with everything. I have a group of people sitting here listening to me. Some people will perceive what I have to say one way. Other people will perceive it in a totally different way. And you can't change anybody's perception because it is what it is. Oh, there is a thunderstorm. I hate them. Ugh. Oh. Oh, that's awful. When it does it come right back on? I hate that. Thankfully here, I don't lose power very often. It's been unusual. When we had Hurricane Sandy, the power was out. My power was out for a week, and I was one of the lucky ones. Not having power for a week was a real comeuppance because it makes you realize how dependent you are. Oh, isn't that funny? Isn't that really funny? And I always wished that I had that peaches and cream kind of complexion. We always want that which we don't have. My Tony doll was a platinum blonde. I had dark hair. It's just, I think it's always wanting the opposite of what we have. I had a friend who had really curly hair. Her hair was so pretty. It was naturally curly and it smelled delicious. Whatever shampoo her mother used for her, it just smelled incredible. And she always wanted straight hair and I always wanted curly hair. So it is what it is. Isn't that funny? That's really funny. So it is what it is. But when we had no power, and it was in the winter, so it got dark early, I knew that whatever I was doing, I needed to be finished by 4 o'clock, 4:30, because there were going to be no lights. That was it. You met a man with curly hair? Oh, wow. He said I thought you were going to tell me he took it off or something. That's funny. Oh, that's nice that he liked it. That really is nice. By the way, I'm definitely hearing from another whole bunch of odd fellas again lately on one of those sites. So it's I sort of ignore it a lot. I feel a little sad that I didn't when that one guy that I had gone out with he was very nice, but he was the one who used to go to OTB all the time. I He called me a number of times and then he sort of stopped when I was not clearly responsive as I should have been. I was, but I really wasn't, because my feeling was that if he liked going to OTB every day, I never knew anybody who was like that. So it was kind of um, different for me. So, but thinking back on it, I think I probably made a mistake. He was a nice guy, seemed to be a nice guy. He seemed to be genuine, and he seemed to have a genuine concern. I was not walking great in those days at all. So OTB, I know that's what I had thought. OTB is off-track betting. Yes, I know. Oh, you have that a lot on Instagram and on Facebook, but you get a lot of those weird. Oh, I had a really, really weird experience. Yeah, I had a really weird experience on which was it? Facebook. I play this game with this woman on my phone. It's called Word Blitz, I think, something like that. So I play with her all the time. I love the game, and it's quick and it's lots of fun and it's relaxing for me. So we play all the time, and that's the only interaction that we have. Except the other day, I got an instant message from her on Facebook saying, "How are you?" and blah, blah. And I immediately wrote back because I was kind of surprised to hear from her. And I said, "I'm fine. How are you?" And then a notice came up saying, this number is not associated with a Facebook account. It is associated with a Nigerian phone number. And I said, "Oh no." So now what have I done? So I immediately tried to block the person, but you go in spurts with that game. Yeah, I think it's fun. I enjoy it. Yeah, it was so I immediately tried to block him, but I don't know if he has access to anything else now. I mean, the God bless those Nigerian scammers. They will try anything. I mean, of course, if they're out for money, are they barking up the wrong tree? It's like, go somewhere else. Exactly. It really is not. So she mentioned today on Facebook that apparently her account had been hacked. And I said, yes, it has. And I told her about my experience. So I said, yeah, her Facebook was hacked. And I've heard other people, now I'm afraid that mine would be hacked. DuckDuckGo? I don't know that one. I've been using Google. Yeah, I mean, nothing strange has happened. I immediately blocked him as soon as I saw that message come up that it was a Nigerian phone number, and I went, oh my God. And I never respond to stuff like that quickly. I don't know why I did. I guess because I play the game with her all the time, and because I thought, oh, she just wanted to say hi. Your rant? Where did you have a rant? I guess I didn't see your rant. Yeah, I did not. On Facebook about Google? Oh, I really haven't been on Facebook a lot. I just haven't. I haven't been on anything. I'm working so hard. Yeah. Why? What's going on? I have not been watching the news all day. I've been out buying food and cleaning the house. That is a good line. I may have to steal it. They keep your searches? Oh, is that where, yeah, everything that you visited and all of that? Yeah, I've heard that before. They sell everything. How nice. That's nice. Ugh. David was telling me that I need to go on Instagram and I need to put some of my designs on Instagram and, try to use that for a little bit of advertising. So I may try to give that a go a little bit, but I'm DuckDuckGo. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. But isn't there a way, even with Google, isn't there a way that you can, oh no, maybe it's not, maybe it was through AVG that you can search in private. Wasn't there something I could swear that I've seen it come up recently? Yeah. I really, I don't know how this happened, but on one of my computers, I forgot which one, I never even heard of DuckDuckGo. Yeah, I never heard of it. But there is a way. Yeah, Siri. I use Siri on my phone all the time. Oh, Siri does that? Yeah, I like, I've always been happy with Google and the data's collected. Very nice. It's a funny thing. This guy that I was dating many, many years ago had said that Big Brother's going to be, they're all fishing, that Big Brother is going to be watching you. Boy, it looks as if that's coming to pass. It is what it is. I don't know. Aw, thanks. I really appreciate it, Mary. I'm, yes, I read the book. I read the book many years ago. I can tell you where I read that book. My father had a store, Solvent Green. Yeah, my father had a United Cigar store on a very busy corner in New York. And I went to visit him one day and he had the book in the store and I picked it up and I said he had about 5 phone booths in the days when they had phone booths. And I sat in one of the phone booths and I read the book cover to cover. I couldn't put it down. I really couldn't put it down. Yeah, it was fascinating and scary. Yeah, and not so far-fetched. George Orwell was had his pulse on something there, for sure. I used to love to read. He made you watch the movies. Son of a gun. Okay, I think I'm going to wind down tonight because I want to go back and take a look at a little bit more of that stuff because it's a positive and pleasant. Hunger Games. I don't remember reading that one. I might have, but I don't recall it. What was, oh, that was a recent movie? No. The funny thing is today when I went shopping, There's a movie theater right near Target. Watch it, it's awful. Oh, swell. Mm, yeah, I don't know if I really want to watch anything awful right at the moment. I think I'll save that for another time when maybe things are a little bit calmer in my world. That would be good. Right now, I just want calm, peace. It was a trilogy. It'll make me feel better by comparison. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Although I told you I do watch those crime things. I think I get lost in something while I'm doing something mundane, and it helps me get through it. Drive to the what? And watch from your car? Watch what from the car? Oh, me. Oh, oh, the water. Yeah. No, I have not. I have not gone to the beach. I really have not gone to the beach. You know something? Yeah, they are scary, and those people are crazy. They really are. I know. Oh, look at that. Word Blitz just came up, and it said it's my last chance against her. I have to hurry up, or I'm going to lose the game. I didn't get back to it fast enough. Um, I love the sound of the water. I love being near the water. I don't know. I don't know if I could walk on sand at all anymore, and you certainly can't walk with a cane on sand. I don't know if I could do it. I really don't. Just park. Well, now that you have to pay also. You have to go through the tolls and pay because it's the season. So I'm not about to do that. Yeah, I can't do that. All the beaches you have to, kind of you pay the toll to get in and then you have to pay for parking. So I'm well, the toll and then you park. It's expensive, so I don't think I'll do that. But I definitely, if I can go to the pond or there is a park in Wantagh that's on the water, it's not the same as being on the ocean. It's on the bay. Yeah. When I always loved going into a pool, I don't even know if I can go into a pool. I'm not sure how I would make it down and up the stairs into a pool. I would love to be able to because I think the pool itself would be good for me. I really do, but I just don't know. I have to tell you though, some of these 55 and over communities, there was one of them, I think it was in Arizona, where it said that they had facilities for the people who couldn't get into the pool, that they had some kind of, I don't know if it's a lift or there's a ramp. Oh, that's good. But wait a minute, I don't know if I could do a ramp. Yeah, I would love to be able to go into a pool. And when I look at some of the videos on YouTube about the 55 and over communities, and they show them doing the exercises in the pool, yeah. I mean, part of me does wonder how I would feel about living in a place where everybody's old, where all you see is old. Well, you see the young kids when they're visiting their grandparents, but put a float, just don't fall in head first. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I would love to be able to go back in the water. I was thinking about it just the other day. It would be so nice. Don't know if that's going to be an option for me, but I guess I'll find out. But I'm doing so much better with my leg that I'm really extremely happy with my progress. Nowhere near normal, but it is much better. And I'm grateful. A studio, I could never do it. Well, I shouldn't say that. It would be difficult for me to do a studio. I need I need a little bit of space at least to walk from one room to another. It would, I think I think I might feel like I was in prison, a big studio. Yeah, I don't even know if they have those. They do have one bedroom. Yeah, most of them are mostly two bedroom, but they do have some one bedroom studios. But again, I sort of need to see how it all, falls out, how it all turns out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just to be able to walk from one space to another would be really great. This is true. This is absolutely true. The one that I was looking at, which one? The one in Florida or the one in Arizona, Patty? Um, Tell me which one you were wanting to know about. Because the one I was looking at tonight in Florida was in Kissimmee, Florida, and it was called Four Seasons by Kay Havnanian, whatever, and have built-ins made. And the ones in Arizona were Del Webb. Dog track racing? I don't think, yeah, in Florida, it was Kissimmee. Take a look at it. It was just so pretty. It was really, really pretty. And when you look at the houses from, they're like individual little houses, they look so cute. They just look so cute. They're just these adorable, well, obviously well kept little houses that are all open inside because that's the way they do things now. Everything is open concept. So it feels spacious. At least you're not landlocked. Yeah, I think if I wind up in the middle of the state though, oh, I'll do that. That's a great idea. I'll post the links. A new Levittown, exactly. Yeah. Well, Del Webb does that though, Denise. Del Webb builds Levittowns. I mean, he builds these huge, well, he doesn't build anything here. Maybe he's building in heaven. But the company builds or has these master planned. They're not the builders. Levittown is funny because Levittown houses, many of them don't look remotely what they looked like in the 40s and 50s when they were built. People have changed them, they've added on to them. They were basically these, oh, I could do that. You want to see pictures of which? They are. You know what I'll do one day, Denise? I will take a ride through Levittown and I'll show it to you. I will do a video showing it to you. I'm going to drive through some different neighborhoods, which is not a terrible idea anyway. And yeah, because I'm out and about, and I think that that's not a bad idea. I want to be able to hook up the camera in the car so that I can do that. Yeah, I think that would be fun. And you'll get to see the very different things because basically they had two styles of houses in Levittown when they were built. They had the Levitt Cape and they had the Levitt Ranch. The difference between the two, the Levitt Cape, and they all had that guy from Fox grew up. I'm not sure. The Levitt Cape, they all had two bedrooms on the first floor and they had unfinished attics back in the day. And of course, not everybody, but most people finished the attic. Oh, Bill O'Reilly, uh, possibly. Yeah. And Levittown now, I mean, Levitt houses, I'm trying to remember how much they were. I mean, they were such crazy low prices. I'm trying to remember the number. It was a crazy number, like maybe $7,000. The Four Seasons community. Yeah, the Four Seasons community in Florida, in Kissimmee. Really? Yeah. Levittown is nice. The houses in Levittown now are basically, for the most part, in the 400s and up. They do have some that you can get in the high threes. Usually they need a lot of work. And they go up and up and up as everywhere else here. So the one in Kissimmee, yeah, it either Kissimmee or it might say Orlando. It could say either one, but it's definitely a K Hovnanian. And they just, even if you go to YouTube and put in 55 and over communities, I would imagine so. If you put in 55 and over communities in Florida, there's this gal from, I think it's Home and Hearth Realty or Home something Realty in, she talks a little too much, but she's she gives a good tour of the homes, and she did a tour of several. Well, I've seen 3 of the different floor plans now through her, and I just fell in love with them. They're just beautiful. I love the look of the houses from the outside too. They're cute little houses. No shoulder pads. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's a possibility for me. I don't know what's a possibility for me yet. But seeing something that has a lot of positive aspects of it or to it is encouraging. And it's not, not everything is bleak. Again, it's a question of makeup makes that man. Isn't that true for a lot of people, though? It really, I felt so bad, by the way, for what's the name of that woman? The bounty hunters. She just died of throat cancer. It made me really sad. I just saw that come across my feed. I would like to I would like to, dog, yes. Yeah, she died today. Today? Yeah, I think it was today. Yeah. I would just like to be in a place where there are other people who are, in similar kind of. Beth Chapman, that's right. It's Beth Chapman. God bless her. Yeah, very sad. Yep, I don't want to even go there mentally. It's I like to think mine is over, gone in the past. A one-time nightmare. So, but it had to have been devastating for her. The price range from what I saw was from the low twos up. Hi, Paula. They said it was gone. What was gone? Oh, oh, mine. Oh, yes, yeah. No, well, they said that, yeah, it hasn't come back. But again, she had said that I don't want to even talk about it. I don't want to mentally think about it, talk about it. No, it's over. My only real concern is that the tension could bring it back, the stress, because I think stress can really harm us in many, many ways. I think there are things that happen to us that there are chemical changes that happen in our bodies when we have terrible stress that can be very bad for us. So, I know. Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, I would love that. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a while before I can do that, though. So, it is what it is. They had said, oh, that wasn't there. It was at the villages. At the villages, they said it was a good idea. It's a free 1 hour flight. Wow, that's great. So that means you could visit me a lot, right? Yeah, I would love for you to go with me. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Yeah, that would be really great. But yeah, I mean, it looked really nice. They have the ones that were in the low twos, they had villas, so I guess they're connected, but the villas were really nice too. She had shown the individual little houses, but if you look at their website, um, they're just really nice. They're just really nice. It's a funny thing, when I was thinking about and contemplating, living in a place that might need a lot of work and being concerned about then if it needs a lot of work, what happens because I can't afford to do work and all of that. So, they're playing into all of the decision making that I'm nowhere near yet. But it's an interesting road that I'm on, and it's interesting investigating all of this stuff at the very least. So I will have much more knowledge at the end of this than I had at the beginning. And if anybody else needs any help with making a move, I can probably be some kind of a resource. So that would be good too. So we'll see. I'm going to keep investigating all of this stuff and we'll see. All right. If anybody can figure out how I can do something like this on our, yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, I definitely could do that. I definitely could do that. There is no doubt. But again, I'm just not up to that yet. So they actually, yeah, my friend had been talking about that, the one who moved down to Florida. Yeah. So we'll see. But then the dogs, yeah, I actually have not investigated that part of it yet. So I need to see with the dogs. Yeah, that's my huge issue. That is my big thorn, but somehow it's got to work out. It's funny. I tell my clients all the time when they worry about buying before selling or not buying before selling or selling before buying and not finding the right place, I always say to them, it is an intricate dance, the process of selling and buying. Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah, that would be absolutely wonderful because I don't know how I would do that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I can't even, I was thinking about it and thinking, how do I do that? And then I said, okay, I could call David, but I know the likelihood of getting it to happen is probably slim. So, first stop, New Jersey. So it would be, it's interesting because there are a lot of 55 and over communities in South, well, all over Jersey, but in South Jersey, one stop. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be really nice. So I don't know. As I say, I'm not there yet, but at least having something positive to contemplate is nice. So I'm happy about that. Okay, on that note, I am going to end it, but as I say, if anybody can tell me if they can figure out how I can do this so I can come on more than the twice a week, if I can do it on our group so that it is something where we can all have a nice interaction between us and discuss the things that we want to on a personal level that might not be appropriate for everybody. Take care, Patty. I'm so happy that we were able to do this tonight. And I will be back on Sunday, barring anything unforeseen. And hopefully I'll get my other video up where I was in Target and my little bit of driving around here and there. And if I ever get the dog finished, I have to get that one up as well. So take care, everybody. Have a wonderful night. I hope life is going well for you. And fingers crossed. By the way, has anybody heard from Gina? I hope everything's good there. I hope everything's good with the move and with her mom and all of that. Okay, take care, everybody, and we will talk soon. One way or t'other. Good night, Evie. Bye-bye, everybody.